Let's get some more now on the story we mentioned, that state schools in England will have to give their pupils more information about alternatives to university under a new law to be brought in later this year. That came from the Education Secretary, Nicky Morgan. And with me now is Dan Kirkby from the charity Semta. Thank you very much indeed. Semta, I should say. I'm sorry. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Presumably you welcome this move.
We are over the moon. Semta and its sister organisation EAL has been campaigning tirelessly for years and years and years to actually overcome some of the major hurdles that still exist in terms of parents and educators knowing enough about vocational training to put people on the right path to a great rewarding career.
Nicky Morgan, the Education Secretary, has talked about ending the outdated snobbery, and there has been that attitude for a long time, hasn't there, that schools should be gearing up and should be gearing their pupils up for going to university.
I think certainly people of my generation were always told you have to go to university to learn something of yourself. That's behind the times now. The new young achievers of this country are in fact people that have gone to a vocational training course, to an apprenticeship, to university to learn engineering, for instance, and they become one of the great achievers of the 21st century, and we need many, many more. We as a nation became great because of apprenticeships and because of engineering, and we need to remain great by putting more and more young people through this incredibly good system. It works.
Although there is still a lot of evidence that graduates get a lot of the best jobs, get a lot of the best paid jobs, isn't there a danger in saying to people, don't worry about university, look at something else?
I don't think so. I think what we're asking for is people are given enough information to make an informed choice. Earning and learning with an apprenticeship is a very valid way forward for many. And if you look at young people now leaving university with a degree which might not guarantee them a job, but they're 30, 40, 50,000 pounds in debt with no job to go to. If you take on an apprenticeship, our research shows that 2 or 3 years after finishing learning, you're earning 24 to 30,000 pounds a year, and you're probably going to be 80,000 pounds better off than some of your peers who haven't gone down that route.
Is this something of a backlash almost against those many years when we were told, since the Blair government was in power, we want more people to go to university, more and more pupils were encouraged to go? And of course, an awful lot of graduates then find that they can't get jobs.
Absolutely, and there's so many people out there now who are sort of scratching their heads wondering what went wrong. They might have good degrees from good universities in an extraordinary number of subjects, but they can't actually get work. Engineers, we are crying out in this country for engineers. Engineering and advanced manufacturing produces 10% of the GDP. We need something like 800,000 new engineers by 2020. And the government is committed to producing 3 million more apprenticeships by the end of the Parliament. And we at Semta and EAL are actually doing as much as we can to work with the educators, industry and government to make that happen.
Dan Kirkby, thank you very much indeed for coming in to talk to us. Now,